Hello guys, my name is Thomas Jora and today I represent to you my Valkyrie deck profile. Valkyries are a series of light fairy monsters that they special summon themselves with the effect of Ride of the Valkyries, and they finish off the opponent by using the Mischief of the Time Goddess combo to have a twice battle phase to attack the opponent and finish them off. So most of the time it's going second deck, and it is an OTK based deck. So without further ado, let's begin. First we play 2 Valkyrie Sigrun. She is a monster that it's very easy to use because you can target one face-up spell and trap that you control, send to graveyard, and if you do, spell summon this card. If this card is normal spell summoned, you can special summon 1 level 8 or lower Valkyrie monster from your hand or graveyard. So it's very good to use the ability later in the game, and also some of the time it's better to spell summon a monster from your hand to extend your plays. Next we play 2 Valkyrie Erda. Erda is a monster that when she's on the field, you can only control one of her, and when she's on the field, the opponent's monsters lose 1000 attack. And this card and any cards that are destroyed by battle or card effects that will be sent to your opponent's graveyard are banished. So she's very good for the strategy, and it's a mini Dark Law effect on her, so it's very good and provides a lot of support. Next we play the most and the greatest Valkyrie in my opinion, Valkyrie Brühilde. Brühilde is a monster that she's unaffected by the opponent's spell effects. It gains 500 attack for each monster your opponent controls, and also when an opponent monster declares an attack, you can make this card lose 1000 defense exactly, and if you do that, any Valkyrie monster cannot be destroyed by battle this turn. So it's very good and has 2 uses most of the time. So it provides a lot of flexibility and protective abilities in the main deck. Next we play 2 Valkyrie Erste. Erste is a monster that when she special summon from the hand by the spell effect, you can target one Mischief of the Time Goddess in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So it's a little bit of the late game, but the most useful effect is that if you control another Valkyrie monster other than Valkyrie Erste, as a quick effect, you can banish one monster in your opponent's graveyard, and this card gains attack equal to that bonus monster original attack. So that means you can banish monsters of the opponent like a DD Crow effect, and also have a lot of and gain the stats. So most of the time it's kind of useful if you banish a very high attack power monster. Next we play 2 Valkyrie Zweite. Zweite is a monster that when she's summoned, you can target one monster your opponent controls, destroy it. After damage calculation, if this card battle, you can target one continuous spell in your graveyard and add it to your hand. We only play the Goddess spell cards, and another spell that we use is 1 Valhala Hall of the Fallen. So this effect is not often used, but the distraction effect is more certainly is. Next we play 3 Valkyrie Dreite. Dreite is a monster that when she's normal or special summoned, you can add 1 Valkyrie card from your deck to your hand. So most of the time we use her effect, and she has another effect as well to it gains 200 attack for each of your opponent's monsters. So it gets a little bit more beefy, but the most useful effect is the search effect, because it searches a Ride of the Valkyries, and so you can special summon everything from your hand and go on and pop off from over there. Next we play 2 Valkyrie Verte. Verte is a monster that you can excavate the top cards of your deck equal to the number of other Valkyrie monsters you control, and if you do that, add 1 exactly normal spell or trap to your hand, and also send the remaining cards to the graveyard. So we have some cards that are very useful with this effect, but another effect that she has is that when this card destroys an opponent, is destroyed by a battle and sent to the graveyard, you can spell summon one Valkyrie monster from your deck. So you can spell summon either Dreite or Sexte from your deck to extend your plays, or maybe Sigrun, so it's very useful in that regard. Next we play 1 Fünfte. Funte is a monster that it's a foolish barrier from the deck. You send one spell and trap from your deck directly to the graveyard, and also it gains 200 attack for each of the opponent's banished monsters. So it's very good to have as a one-off, because you can set up the Ride of the Valkyries to gain the Mischief of the Time Goddess to your hand, or send one spell and trap that is very useful and very neat from the deck to the graveyard in case we have something. Next we play 3 Sexte. Sexte is a monster that when she is special summoned, you can special summon one Valkyrie monster from your deck except herself, and also during the main phase you can send the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck to the graveyard. This effect is very neat in case we try to deck out our opponent, but most of the time we prefer to finish him as quickly as possible, and also special summoning any monster that from your deck it's really neat. But the effect to use here with that is with Valhala Hall of the Fallen or We Ride of the Valkyries. Next, or another card that we play next is the spell 1 for 1. 1 for 1, you discard one monster and spell summon one level 1 monster from your deck directly to the field, so it's very nice, very good to have. We play alongside 3 Ride of the Valkyries, the most important spell of the entire deck, of the entire strategy, because when you activate this card you can spell summon Valkyrie monsters with different names from your hand. You can spell summon any number of them. So if you spell summon 3 or more monsters with this effect, you take no battle damage until the end of the next turn. So it's very good to survive. But during the end phase of the turn this card was activated, shuffle all monsters you control into the deck. So how we beat this effect is with the effect of the Mischief of the Time Goddess. So you can banish this card from your graveyard and one Mischief of the Time Goddess from your deck to your hand, activate it so that won't miss time, and also you can have your monsters for one more turn. Next we play one Valkyrie's Embrace. It's very nice to have cause by if you have at least one Valkyrie monster, you can target one attack position monster you control and one face-up monster your opponent controls, and if you do, banish the opponent's monster and change the battle position of your monster. So it's very good to have. It will return to defense. That's something that you don't prefer unless it's a very low attack position monster, but it's very nice and very neat in its instances. Next we play 3 Dark Hole to clear up the entire board and push for the game, accompanied by 3 Lightning Vortex, the very use distraction card. OG, very nice in clearing the board. Next we play 3 Backup Rider to raise our attack points to 1500 attack to push for more damage. Next we play 1 Valhala Hall of the Fallen, because if we control no monsters we can spend summon one fairy monster from our hand to the field. Next we play the one-offs, 1 Scald, 1 Verdantes and 1 Urd. So the combo with this is that they have their different effects, but only Scald is the most important, because you can look at the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck, and if you do that, place them in that order. And also it's comboed with Verdantes, that you declare if it's one type, one monster, spell or trap, reveal the top card of your opponent's deck, and if it's that you set it to the field. And also with Urge effect you declare the name of that card and banish this card. So it's very good in that regard, but we don't prefer to use them in those effects. Also, by using the Scald's effects, you search the other goddesses, so it's very neat to have Scald in your hand. And next we play the last 2 cards of our main deck, that is Mischief of the Time Goddess. It's a spell that neither player can activate cards in response to this effect, and also this card, the position, can be activated as a chain link 2 or higher, so you must immediately use this card most of the instances. And also all monsters you control must be Valkyrie monsters. Send this card to the graveyard, and also immediately after this effect resolves, skip the start of the battle phase of the next turn. And if you do, you cannot activate Mischief of the Time Goddess at the end of that turn. That means that this card is a card that you activated, sent to a graveyard, attack twice in the battle phases. So that's for the main deck. Now for the extra deck we play first one Infiltrate Earth Slasher to bring out with our Sigren, alongside with Sacred Tree Beast Hyperiton, and last but not least, because we play Valkyries, Scandinavic, we play one Jormungandr, and Generator Bones of the Eternity. Those are very unique cards, but we don't usually summon them. Most of the time we summon Dark Anthelion Dragon, accompanied by number 74 Master of Blades. We prefer to use Anthelion most of the time because it's a monster that, as a quick effect, you can detach one material from this card to target one face-up monster your opponent controls, and until that turn, its attack becomes half its current attack, and if it does, this card gains that lost attack. So it's very good in that regard to finish off our opponents with a quick OTK in case we have the opportunity. Next we play one Gaia Dragon Thunder Charger to use in our 5 or 6 summoning monsters. Speaking of the devil, we play one number 39 Utopia Beyond. Very good card, very key card. When it's summoned, you make all the opponent's monsters attack becomes 0, and also if you control another Utopia card, you can touch one from this card to target one card in your graveyard, and if you do, special summon that target. So it's very good, but we prefer to use only the Utopia Beyond's first effect. Next we play the greatest card of the rank 4 engine, as I'm saying, Drill Driver Vespenado once again, accompanied by number 61 Volcasaurus for a little bit of a burn damage, and then we go first to Volcasaurus, burn, then use the Thunder Charger to attack for more attack. Next we play one Dark Rebellion Exist Dragon to use the effect to detach 2 materials to make a monster lose attack and gain that attack. It's like Anthelion, but Anthelion is a quick play, that's the difference basically. Next we play one Light Dragon Antignister. Very good card, and also it can revive another, spell summon another monster, and also it has the protection effect. Next we play one 101 to steal the opponent's monster, one Castell to Book of Moon the opponent's monster to set it face down in defense position, and also to touch 2 to maybe put one threat back into the deck, one Daigusto Emerald to recycle and potentially draw in case anything goes bad, and last but not least one Relax Assemble Nightingale to press for a little bit of a damage in case we need it. So that's the deck, guys. Thank you and have a nice day. See you again. Bye bye.